Computer, and we are on. Hello, hello, hello to all my brothers and sisters in the Opulence Lifestyle family, and welcome to our Forensic Networker Academy of the Forensic Lifestyle Training that we do. We have started last week with the first mistake out of 38 mistakes that probably 95% of all people in the multi-level market, home-based business industry are making. And that will probably be why 95% of the people do not achieve the success that they want to achieve. So I recommend everyone to focus very seriously, and we will start today. Of course, last week we have done the first mistake just as an opening. And if everybody has seen the recording, we understand the importance of stop attacking ourselves. And we are going to start today with our second mistake. Of course, if anybody has any questions, if you have any comment, please let our incredible co-host Yulia Alexashin know, and she can either bring you as a panelist so you can talk, or she will read to me your comments and we will continue from there. So mistake number two and let me say all of us, because I promise you, I have made every mistake I'm going to talk about. And I guess the best way to teach is to teach from experience. And if you have made as many mistakes as I did, you understand it is the only way to move forward. So mistake number two, refuse to evolve. The people that refuse to evolve in our industry, they want to stay the same, but change their life. Think about it. It is the definition of insanity, taking the same action and expecting different results. So remember, the people that refuse to evolve are the people that want to stay the same, but change their life. How you brought yourself to where you are in anything you've ever done in your life. The only way you brought yourself to the next place was evolving, right? And as Jim Rohn said, for things to change, you have to change, okay? I know that we all expect, excuse me, I need to cough for a second. Air conditions will do that to you. Once again, for things to change, you have to change. I know we tend to point fingers at everything else on the outside and expect it to change. But in reality, in order for things to truly change, we first must change. You have to get better. Don't ask for things to get easier. Ask for you to get better. Once again, Jim Rohn, all about evolving. Definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing but expecting different results. And I can share with you from my own personal experience that for many, many, many years, I was an expert in finding what is wrong with the world, finding what is wrong with other people, finding what is wrong with the system I'm following, finding what is wrong with the company I'm supporting. An expert. And I did not evolve. All I did is complain, become a victim, constantly spiral down and separating myself from the company that I was promoting, separating myself from my own chances to succeed. Because as long as I will expect something on the outside to change, how can I ever change? And I want everyone to remember, this is not just about business, by the way, this is also about personal life. Think about partnerships. How many times we go into a relation or a partnership or a friendship and we constantly trying to find what is wrong with the other person. We're trying to change them, which is ridiculous because we are with them because of what they were originally when we met. And then for some reason, we try and change them to fit who we are instead of literally adopting what they are and changing ourselves to better fit. The same goes in business. Every time that you find yourself looking at something that annoys you, every time you look at something that you think there is a problem with something else, always remember you are probably in a victim stage, and you probably won't be able to make any changes with things you have no control of. Not other people, not other companies, not systems. You cannot change them. The only thing we can change is ourselves. And that is why I am such a big believer of self-development. But please be aware, self-development, developing ourselves, not other people development, self-development starts from self-awareness. So we need to be aware of what we are, and we need to make changes and improvements, not because other people tell us change this or change that, not because other people want us to evolve. No, it doesn't work that way. The only way it will work is if we are aware of what we are, if we want to become more, and then if we start making changes to ourselves in order to fit into any environment that we want. And before I will go to the third mistake, I'm very curious to know if anybody wants to make a comment about yourselves, about your experience, anything about this topic of refusing to evolve. I'm very happy to see if you just raise your hand or if you write your comment. I'm sure Julia will be happy to read it. And if none of you want to comment, I will move on to the third mistakes. Remember, want more, become more, earn more, and give more. Perfect cycle. Julia, do we have anybody that wants to make a comment? I see Steph. LD2 Steph Wise has raised her hand. So can you actually raise them as a co-host, Julia, or do I need to do that? You can?
Yes, she's on.
Hello, LD2 Steph Wise, my sister. What do you have to share with us about the second mistake, refuse to evolve?
Well, I just want to, mistake of refusing to evolve. I want to talk about the importance of evolving. If we intend to make a positive impact on other people, on the planet, to build a large organization where we're able to do that, the only way that we can effectively do that is to commit to becoming more and becoming better versions of ourselves. And I really believe that when you work on yourself, there comes a point where you can't go back to the way you were before, right? And that's what evolution is. It's like you work on yourself so you're changed for the better. And if we want to reach more people and make a bigger splash and a bigger impact on the world, we have to commit to working on ourselves. It's not just learning the skills of our business. It's not learning how to sell a product, but the personal development piece and evolving as human beings is crucial to, is directly proportional to the impact we're able to make. So yeah, so it is a big mistake to refuse to evolve. I would argue one of the most important things for our daily method of operation is personal development every single day, even if it's half an hour, right? And Jim Rohn says it best, right? We have to commit to just becoming better versions of ourselves. And once you do, and I know I can speak for myself because this is something that I've prioritized in my life for the last few years, is like I feel, and the people who know me and who have known me my whole life don't see me as the same person because I've become a better version of myself. And so I just wanted to stress that. It is a big mistake, but I wanted to more focus on the positive side of things and prioritizing that as a commitment, because financial freedom is only possible when we, build a healthy organization. And the only way we're able to do that is if we first work on ourselves so that we can impact more people in a positive way. So thank you so much for having me on the line to share.
Thank you very much. And I hope that you will come up again and help us with the other mistakes, because everyone needs to know that LD2 Steph Wise have evolved tremendously in the years that I know her. And the gifts, when you literally evolve and you make yourself ready, the gifts are coming. And let me tell you, for me, before I was willing to evolve, I had ego, and ego always stopped me to understand the greatness. What do I mean by that? If anybody in my organization, when I was younger, would have surpassed me in any way, I was literally jealous. I was feeling that in any way, by them achieving more than me, it would put me down, which means I refused to evolve. But when that happens, when you evolve from that point, you actually become the opposite. And Stephanie had this remarkable gift come to her and myself and many others. And today, we've just celebrated a day or 2 days ago, we have celebrated one of our sisters' amazing successes, LD4, Ifra Hassan. And, you know, I was just last month, I was congratulating Ifra Hassan for becoming LD3. And I can tell you, if Stephanie was not ready almost 2.5 years ago to truly adopt Ifra and really put so much work into her, I don't think she would have enjoyed that unique gift. So if we still have you with us, can you please share with me in 2 minutes, Stephanie, how does it feel to have an LD4 as your downline in your organization? Does it feel like you are less, or does it feel like you are more?
Wow, Ronen, that's a great question. Um, I have to say, on the forensic call the other day with Ramin, I was sitting there like my jaw agape, just in total like shock, but not shocked because I was surprised, but just so happy that that was possible, and to see that happen for someone in my downline. And I see it, Ifra's achieved LD4, but many others are rising through the ranks quickly and, advancing far faster than I am. And someone with ego would be upset by that. For me, I have humility. It's empowering for me. Like, that inspires me so much to know that I had a direct influence on the growth of other people, right? Evolving ourselves is one thing, but when you can pour into other people so that they evolve and they grow faster and they're ascending and they're sharing their gifts with the world, like, that is what this business is all about, right? So shocked, so happy, exhilarated, to see LD4 Ifra achieve that in such a short period of time because of her commitment, her tenacity, and her coachability and her relentless work ethic. It showed us all what is possible. And for me, to happen within my team, I like I that makes me more happier that it happens to someone else that I work with than for it to happen to myself, honestly. Like, that's just I'm just being truthful. I don't wish to have all the riches and all the massive success. What matters to me more is helping other people rise. And what a fantastic accomplishment. It's just like, I don't even know what else to say. I have no words, because it's still I'm still processing it, as I know Ifra was processing it herself too before it was announced. But it's amazing. It's amazing to see what's possible. It's humbling for me. Like, that is one of my passions, and I say this in my 2-minute story over and over again. One of my passions when I started with this business was to make a positive influence in other people's lives and to help people achieve success in business. And when I see people in my team doing this that had zero experience, that applied themselves to the system and put the time in, and know that I had a direct impact on that, it's so humbling and it's so inspiring to see. And I can't wait to see many more faces, moving up through those ranks. So congratulations, Ifra. Congratulations to Sada and Sam and all the other leaders who are, you know, rising through the ranks quickly and helping other people do the same, because that's what it's all about, is that commitment to evolution and committing to helping other people rise. So thanks so much for having me on again.
Thank you so much for your honesty. I appreciate that. And I wish for you to have many, many more LD4s in your organization. This is the beautiful thing about our unique compensation plan, that ranks is only achieved because you have two of your personals achieve those ranks. The greatness of us working as one family is that we will work in depth with anyone in our organization and our company, never mind if they are personal or not, and never mind if they will bring us to the next rank or not, because the main thing about our compensation plan is volume. And our unique CEO and owner of the #1 company in the world, the #1 compensation plan in the world, has identified that to be one of the issues in the industry. And he created a compensation plan that will not stop you from making money, even if all your people are outranked you, because we get paid on the volume, and the ranks is a recognition, but we get paid on the volume of all our downline. And that is why I truly wish for you, for myself, for everyone. I equally wish for LD4 Ifra Hassan in her organization to have many people surpass her. It means we're all growing up as a team, and that is a great example. I saw Christine raising her hand before. Does Christine want to have any comment about refusing to evolve through her own experience? Please feel free to share.
Yes, wrote in the chat, the more we get better as a person, as a mom, as a business partner, as a sister or brother to others, the more we can help others.
That is very, very true.
And we
Remember,
have Ifra Hassan. Stephanie is by far the greatest leader I know. It was because of her professionalism and positive attitude that attracted me to our opportunity even more. Love you, my soul sister. We love you, Ifra.
and we love you, LD4. I want to see you becoming the #1 royal in this company. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, I hope that we will have the chance of actually having LD4 Ifra in one of the mistakes popping up and maybe sharing with us a little bit more. Please remember, it's all about wanting more. It's important to want more. Remember, we have to be happy with what we have, but it's good to want more. And in order to want more, in order to receive more, we have to become more. Once we have become more, we will earn more. There's no other way not to do so. And once we earn more, we have the possibility to give more. And any individual, any person of light will always, always love to give more than they receive, because there is nothing more gratifying than giving from a place of strength. I saw Mona was raising her hand.
Yes, she can unmute herself.
We'll have Mona, and then we'll move to the next mistake.
Yes, hi Ronen, can you hear me well?
I can hear you beautiful.
Wonderful. I want to say thank you so much for giving me the chance to express my feelings and my gratitude about what's happening in our company. As you well know, and everybody almost on the call know me, I have been with Opulence Global since day one.
Yep.
And I have seen leaders come up and become LD4s in my organization. Now, I have not seen one that was so close to me, so close to my city, so close to our Arawa group, like Ifra. This is what I want to share with you. It has lit up the fire under me. Ifra, you don't know what you have just done and what you have shown us and the world. I'm sorry, I know I'm getting a little bit emotional, but this is so true. I have been with the company for 15 years, and I had not been able to light this fire under my own self. My friend Ifra, you did. You just showed me. I am way much older than you, but you have showed me what can be done. Your ethic, your work. I mean, I've been watching you since day one, since you joined us with the Ottawa group. And I've learned so much from you. And I knew from day one that you are going to be so successful. And I'm so glad I saw that in you. And I'm so humbled and happy to see you accomplish it and to show us all that it can be done, that it is for real. It is so close. You know, sometimes we say, oh yeah, it's happening to them. It's happening to them. But this is here. And I'm sure Stephanie feels exactly the same way I feel. Because, you know, seeing someone go from 0 to LD4 like Ifra is just amazing. Congratulations, my friend, and all the best to you all. Let's all follow this. That's all I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much, Sister Mona. Please remember, it is actually the pioneers of this company, the people that have been here for 15 years, that has kept this company always on the right fire, always never quitting on it, knowing it will become more. It is people like Mona that has constantly been evolving. And I agree with you, Mona. It is wonderful to see our brothers, our sisters come and teach us and remind us what is possible when we stay away from our limiting belief. Because it's easy to be in a company for a long time and let another year go by and another year go by, and nothing inspires us, nothing puts that fire. And I can tell you all, pay close attention to Mona and see what happens with her in the next 6 months because of the influence of those successes she was describing. I love you, Sister Mona. I think you and many, many of the pioneers, many of the shareholders are the one that has kept this company going in order to bring it to where it is now. And where it is now, it is going like this. This company is going to be at its strongest after 25 years. So the next 10 years, guys, girls, brothers, sisters, the next 10 years, you're going to see the biggest momentum any company has ever seen in this industry. And many people ask me, why? Why, Ronen? Why does it take 15 years when a lot of other companies can have massive expenditure in 3-4 years? And I always tell them, most other companies, they have a few, 5 products. They usually work on very fast momentum and hype, but as fast as they go up, they come down. And they do an exit and they sell themselves to another company, and millions of distributors find themselves with another company. What you're seeing here in this unique platform, in this #1 company in the world, we see one attribute. It's very similar to the Chinese bamboo. The Chinese bamboo, when you put the seed in the ground, you come and you water it. After a year, nothing happens. You water it again the second year, nothing happens. You water it the third year, nothing happened. What do you think would happen to most farmers? They look at it and say it's a dead seed. They're not going to even keep watering it. After the 4th year, nothing happened. The 5th year, this bamboo seed will jump in 3 months to 90-meter height. Because for 5 years, it was putting roots so deep in the ground that will give it the strength to jump up in 3 months so fast. It's a very unique tree. Always reminds me of Opulence Global. Remember, for 15 years, this company has put roots like no other company that I know has ever put. Why? Because it's a wide platform. We don't just have one thing in health or one thing in beauty. No, we are a platform that is today the fastest growing fashion house in the world. Just the world of fashion is so complicated and so heavy to lift. millions of dollars, getting celebrities, red carpets, going to Hollywood, conquering all of that. On top of that, we are the #1 in anti-aging skincare in the world today. The #1. There is no competing anti-age product in the market unless you go to a specialist paying $5,000 every month and they will make you something very unique. But a shelf product, we have conquered the world of beauty now, conquered the world of fashion in 3 different categories. And now with Fountain of Life, we have conquered the world of health. So for something so massive, so wide, to grow properly, of course it requires 15 years of roots. And now all the shareholders such as Mona, all the remarkable leaders, now this growth is going to explode like that bamboo tree. So remember that particular story. Be very excited about where we're all going. So let us go to the third mistakes that most people in our industry are actually going. And that is a big one. And let me tell you, I was there. I was in all the 38 that I'm going to teach. Today, we're probably going to do 3, 4, 5, see how the time goes. And every week we'll go over a few more mistakes. I want to put a lot of time on each mistake instead of going very quickly through a lot of the mistakes, because it is enough for me that one of you on this call will adopt one mistake and make it better. This is worth it. If you get 2 out of the 38, even better. But please remember, it's not about us fixing all the 38 in one go. No, it's about us being aware of it. It's about us understanding and feeling it. And it's about us becoming more. Okay, so the third mistake, narcissistic or a sociopath characteristic. Those are hard words. Usually someone that wants everyone to see them. Usually someone that thinks only of themselves, sees only themselves. And listen to those listen to the effects. So it's easy for us to recognize inside ourselves the above. Narcissistics or sociopath characteristics, never happy. They will never be happy. And judgmental on everything. Everything they judge like they're on top. They look at everything on the bottom and they think that their opinion is right because they are the king, walking on everybody, as you can see. Everything is Armageddon. They are great at coming into an organization, into a family, and point all the little things. Sometimes it might be right because there is no perfect company, right? But somebody, I don't know, got a bottle with the wrong label. Somebody got a little necklace that was broken. This character will make an Armageddon out of it. We are in the worst company, the worst thing, they're this, they're that, and they will make so much noise. Why? Because they don't think of anybody else but themselves. They don't think of who they are poisoning. They don't think of who they are destroying their dreams. They don't think of many people that have been there before them, that have created, and now, in one word, of creating an Armageddon feeling and bringing negativity, judgment, unhappiness. They don't understand the destruction they are creating, not just for themselves. Usually they don't create destruction for themselves because with that kind of attitude, they haven't built anything. And they won't build because people do not follow these kind of attributes for a very long time. They might follow them for a little bit, but they will never follow for a long time. Who likes to be in an unhappy environment? Who likes to be judged? Right? Who likes to feel that everything is the end of the world? Everything is Armageddon. So always negative towards their team. You guys don't do enough. You guys are not good. You're all stealing. They create arguments and fights. They always negative towards their upline. You don't support me. you're not this, you're not that. Sideline people that are not even connected to them, they will go and they will poison them. They are negative about the product. They are negative about the compensation plan. They are negative about the company. You drive the vehicle you have, or get out. No complaining allowed. That is one thing that I like to tell every personal that wants to join me. I do not lick them and hug them. I do management of expectation with my personal. I am very challenging by that stage, because I know that if I say everything in the beginning and they still want to join me, they're going to join with the right mindset. But if I basically went to someone, a prospect, and I acted like, oh, we need you, oh, please join us, oh, the company will be so much better with you, oh, you are so special, you have big networks, you're a celebrity, you're a CEO of a company, please, please come, we need you. With that attitude, you are bringing narcissistic, sociopath characteristic into your family, into your organization. And you do that because you believe that people will join you because you are like under them, or because you're over nice to them. No, think of HR. Think when you go for a job interview. If you come to me for a job interview, will my attitude be, oh, can you please have this job? I really need you. That's not going to be the attitude. My attitude will be, okay, please prove to me why. I can see your CV. Your CV is good, but it is equal to 10 other people that I've already interviewed before you. So please, my friend, tell me, why should I give you the job? Why would you do a better job than the other 10 people that I've just spoken to? You see, that kind of attitude puts people in the right level. They do not think they're above. They don't come into your organization, and you will save yourself so much hard work. Now, if this is you, and remember, this was me. This was me 10 years ago. This was me. And believe me that every time you do that, you will never build a network without seeing it crash. You'll never build a network without seeing it crash. And the worst thing in the world, you are going to be the one that is never happy. You're going to be the one that will always judge yourself. You think you're judging others, but you're judging yourself. You are going to be the one that feels like you're living in Armageddon. You're going to be the one that feels like everything is negative in your life, and that you're with the worst company in the world. You have the worst compensation plan in the world. You have terrible products, and everyone around you is just bad. So in reality, these characteristics are the worst for the person itself, but they are very, very poisonous for companies and for networks and for environments. So please be strong, protect your company, protect your family, and always tell people, the second you recognize this behavior, you tell them, you drive the vehicle you have. That's what we have. Either drive it or get out. No complaining allowed in our family. No complaining allowed in Opulence Global. No complaining allowed in Opulence Lifestyle Family. No complaining allowed. Why? Because there's no need to complain. You have an issue, raise it properly with respect, and we will find a solution for everything. Complaining is just this characteristic. Do we have anybody that wants to make a comment, share with us about this very big mistake? LD2, Steph Wise, I see, is raising a hand. And we have quite a few participants. Let's get some people so I don't hear myself all the time. I want to hear you, brothers, sisters. Share with me about narcissistic or sociopath characteristic. Have you seen it? Have you recognized it about yourself? Have you seen it about other people? Share anything you'd like to share, please.
Hi, Ronen.
Hi.
Yes, I just wanted to address a couple points on this. I think we all have, had this happen in some shape or form, and there's a few examples that stand out to me. I guess the first thing is like our company is only deserving of people who are willing to work for it. So there's a certain caliber of person that we want to invite into our family. And I remember when I started in this industry, when I started in this company, it's like, you know, you want to go and recruit everybody, right? It's like you say whatever you want to say, whatever you can say to get them in the business. And I'm saying this because I have made this mistake too, because you're eager, you're excited, we want to make money, we want to build our teams, and like, so yeah, just join, like, and then when you do that, when you make that mistake, is where you end up with people who shouldn't be here in the first place, right? You know, and I look back on some of the messages that I've sent on social media, is like, oh my gosh, wow, like that was me in the beginning of my career, right? I'm a lot more selective in who I even show the business to for that specific reason, because I have made that mistake. I have ended up with people who have drained my energy, who wanted me to build their business for them. Like, you know, I've been there. I've made that mistake. Thankfully, we do a good job now in our team, and Ifra can attest to this as well. You know, as our team grows, we see some negativity. That's normal, right? People have different personalities. People have different way of processing things. People are not necessarily all set up and programmed and, you know, work on themselves with all this mindset stuff like a lot of us do, right? And so even though they may have some of these characteristics, it doesn't mean that they can't shift them. So one thing that we do when we see it is we'll have a call. And I know this was not long ago, there was a young lady in our team where it's like, we can try and correct them a little bit in the MiFis, but the best way to deal with someone like this is hop on a call and just say, listen, this is not acceptable. Like, you have to have respect for us. We have to have respect for each other. We're a family. You have to have respect for the office. Like, nipping it in the bud and correcting that behavior is super important, because it can trickle and get out of control very quickly if not corrected. And I know Ifra has had a few conversations like this, and you know, the people, when they were given that opportunity to hear that perspective and to understand that it's not acceptable and that we need to, you know, this is how we really should be approaching each other. And, you know, if that's not aligned with who you are, then, you know, maybe this isn't the best choice for you. Having that tough love conversation, but also tough love is one thing, but also, you know, just explaining the why, right? Because sometimes people behave this way and they have no idea why. Like, that's just who they are. And like I said, it can be corrected if you're having these open conversations with people. And so giving people the benefit of the doubt, but not being too eager when you're recruiting. Like you said, Ronen, it's like, you know, be selective, you know, interview the right people that you want to work with. This is our chance to showcase our business, which is the best opportunity ever on the planet. We want to make sure from the beginning we're inviting the right people to participate with us. So treat it like a job interview. Interview your candidates, right? Don't offer the opportunity to everyone unless they're aligned and they resonate with some of the values that you have and that we hold here. So we can protect our energy, we can protect our family, and, you know, prevent this kind of stuff from happening. But if it does, because there will be people that come in that have these characteristics, doesn't mean we can't shift their perspective by having an open conversation. So that's what I wanted to share on this topic.
1,000%, sister. Thank you for bringing this topic, because remember, as I said, I was this. And if somebody was not hard with me, I probably wouldn't have been in this industry. And there are many people that would want me in their organization. So what Steph said is so important. It doesn't mean that if we recognize some of their characteristic in our downline, it doesn't mean that we don't want to work with them. No, we give them even more love, and we give them more support, and we give them tough love, as Steph LD2 Steph Wise said. Why? Because it's the only way to learn. And I'll share with you what one of my uplines 10 years ago did in order to get me out of this. He picked up the phone and he said, Ronen, I'm sorry to notify you, but I'm going to disconnect our business relationship. And I said, what? Because remember, I'm a narcissist. I think I'm the most important thing in the world. I was saying, who are you to go and tell me that you're going to disconnect? I said, why? He said, because the way you are going to fail. And I do not want to have a part in your failure. That hit me so strong that was my first time that I started to readjust, because I did want to evolve. And thank you so much, Steph, for saying this, because I don't want anybody to go and think, oh, I'm going to look at who is behaving this way so I can get them out of my business. No, those are our brothers. Those are our sisters. We are all equal. And please remember, we are all born of light. All of us. I don't believe there is one human being born bad. I believe it's our environment. I believe it's the pressures. I believe it's where we grow. It's what we see around us. People that are growing in a great environment will not always have the same characteristics for people that are growing in a very violent environment, right? So we must remember, love is the best way to go. And that's why Steph Wise hit it on the nail on the head. She said, tough love. You see, this upline of mine could have just disconnected. He didn't do that. He came and told me, I'm going to disconnect from you, giving me a chance to rethink, giving me a chance to readopt, giving me a chance to become more. And probably because of him and people like him, people like Steph Wise are the reason I'm still here, very changed man. You know, thank you, Stephanie. That was such an important point.
Mark.
Who else do we have with us?
We have Ifra Hassan and Yossi Alter, and we have Shayla.
Perfect. This is such an important mistake number 3 that I will raise Yossi first to share with us, and then LD for Ifra Hassan. And maybe we'll go to the next one and we'll add somebody else to comment, because we are running short on time. So Yossi Alter, are you with us?
I am with you. Thank you very much. I'll make it very, very short to respect other people. I came across a friend that told me once something very, very reflect on what you do, what we're doing, which is my ego is not my amigo.
What a great mantra. My ego is not my amigo.
So if you can translate what amigo in Spanish mean, my friend. So my ego is not my friend. So we all start with ego. It's all about me. It's all about come join me. But if you come from a place that, you know, I want to show you something that can benefit you, and if it benefit you and others, then it will benefit me as well. And so that's very much what I want to say. I'll let other people talk, and thank you for the opportunity. Bye-bye.
Thank you very, very much, our fitness guru, Yossi Alter. If any one of you have a chance to ever have a chat with him, you're gonna be learning a lot, especially about physical. The guy is an incredible marathon runner. Do we have our incredible rising star LD4 Ifra Hassan with us? I would love to hear what she has to say about mistake 3, because it's not possible to have such a fast growing organization without coming across narcissistic and sociopath characteristic inside our network. And because I know she loves her people so much, she will never give up on one of them before giving them tough love and giving them a chance to change. If they don't change after that, that's a different story. But I would love Ifra to share with us a few words. Are you with us, my sister?
I am. How are you, my brother Ronen? How are you, everybody? Good day, wherever you are in the world.
I am incredible, and you inspire us. Please take the mic.
Thank you so much. What an incredible training. I absolutely love forensic training, because it just, for me, really puts everything into perspective. It's a perfect way to build on a strong foundation. So I thank you for doing that. Definitely learning so much, just like everyone else. I think my sister Stephanie said pretty much everything, because as our team is growing, you know, we are seeing anywhere from 5 to 10 new partners per day. Obviously we're going to attract different type of personalities. So one thing that personally for me is to recognize the fact that all of us came into this opportunity for the same exact reason. Right? So once I know that, then you have that level head right away. right away you are not ticked off, right? And this is an advice maybe to leaders as well, that I know that we have so many powerful leaders on the call, is not to look at it, because the ego that you know, Ronen is talking about here, mistake 3, can be both ways, right? It can be in us and it can also be in our team. So when I see someone misbehaving as a leader, I cannot take it personally and say, how dare is this person talking like this to me, right? They should look at me differently. So that is the first thing, is recognize it. Okay, this person came into this opportunity looking for the same freedom that you're looking for. So it's okay that they're crossing the line. However, it must get corrected, as Stephanie said so beautifully, very, very quickly. So I usually just pick up the phone. Hey, can we chat for a little bit? And almost every single time the person apologizes, recognizes their mistake, and going forward, it doesn't happen again. I haven't had a case where it happened again, but if it did happen, you're absolutely right, Ronen. That is when we have to put our foot down and say, hey, you drive the vehicle you have, or get out, right? No complaining allowed. But I haven't reached that point yet. So that's all I wanted to share.
Thank you. Thank you. You are an incredible leader, a great sister to me. And you need to know, I learned so much from you. I actually learn from each and every one of the people I work with every day. And the only way that can happen is really if we stay away from narcissistic or sociopathic characteristic. And remember, when we get to LD2, LD3, ego goes up. Remember, my ego is not my amigo. Once the ego goes up, we start to look at things differently, and this is the best place. LD2, LD3 is the best place to get the biggest lessons, because once we believe we have value, when somebody comes to us and say, you drive the vehicle or get out, that's where you suddenly realize, maybe I'm not as important as I think. Maybe not one person can ever be more important than the whole community. And for sure, one person is never more important than the company that gives us a chance to bring remarkable income home to our families and help us help our partners. Thank you so much, LD4E, for Hassan, for inspiring us. I am not sure if we have LD3 Muhammad Jama with us on the call, but if he does and you want to raise your hand, I know that we had a few conversations, and I know that you very much support and try and stay away from that particular mistake. So if you have something, if you're there and if you want to raise your hand, you're welcome to do so. And if not, I will move for the last 5 minutes into mistake number 4. And after that, we will wrap our call, because I like to keep those short. 3 mistakes per week, maybe 4 mistakes per week if we can get them in. And it is better that we focus on the mistakes instead of trying to change 38 of them all at once. So, Yulia, can you just have a look and see if we, by any chance, have Muhammad Jama there? Because you said somebody else was raising their hand.
We have Shayla raising her hand, and I'm searching for Muhammad. If he's here and he can raise his hand, it will be helpful, but I don't see him.
Okay, well, would you like to get Shayla on to just say a few words? I'll go to the next mistake. And if we can put maybe a message that we will be 5 minutes late for the next session we're doing,
Sure.
that would be very, very helpful. Shayla, do we have you with us?
Hi, Shayla from Ottawa.
Hello,
Hi,
Shayla.
everyone. Thanks for this great presentation, Ronen. Thank you so much for being there for us all the time. Thanks to everyone, and congratulations, Ifra. Well, I just wanted to make a comment, but Stepwise and Ifra, they've already covered what I wanted to say. So I don't have anything much to add, but you know, thank you all for everything.
Why don't you stay with me, Shayla, and we'll go together to the next mistake very quickly, and maybe you'll have something to comment on that one if you're already with us. Okay. Mistake number 4. That's a big one. That's one we all tend to do in the beginning. And we have Muhammad Jama. I will raise you in a second. Muhammad, I'll just finish that one. LD3 Muhammad Jama, thank you for being with us. So pay attention to this mistake number 4, too much strategy. I see that happening with new people when they come in and they want to learn, and I see that happening with LD2s when they start to get into too much strategy. So contradict the company system and culture is a big one. Don't promote what the company promotes. Trying to invent the wheel yourself, trying to have your own culture in your own people, using words like my team. I will do it this way. My team will do it this way. I don't like to do it the company way. I can do it in a better way. Okay? Selective with product usage and sale. I will only do Fountain of Life because that's the only thing I believe in. Too much strategy that beat the comp plan versus following the basics, which means always trying to find way how to beat the compensation plan instead of using the compensation plan by following the basic structures. Wrong duplication in the team culture. Team will follow your lead. Start their own wrong duplication based on preferences, right? Limits choices. It hurts CV and it hurts your joining ratio of your organization. It hurts your retention. It hurts your monthly activity. It hurts your team belief level. Simply everything your company product, again, simply everything your company produces is fantastic and must be promoted. That is the solution. Okay? Now, let me go up. Don't know what has happened here. Did I stop sharing?
Yes, you did.
How about now?
Now you're sharing again, mistake number 5. And now you stop sharing.
Yeah, it's because it's sitting on my, okay, one second. You cannot minimize Zoom while you're recording the meeting. I'm not trying to minimize Zoom. I'm just trying to move it so I can press the slides. Okay, I'm trying to go backwards on the slide. One second. Sorry about that. Okay, so can you now see my slides or not?
No.
No. Okay, let's try again. How about now?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So what I will do, because I want to wrap up the call, and this mistake number 4 is one we want to start with next week. There is a lot to cover on this mistake. And I think that if anybody will learn these particular points, it will totally change your business, the way you run things. In order for you to recognize if you are having any of the mistakes of mistake number 4, please always remember the opposite of what is written. If you are contradicting the company system and culture, you have an issue. If you don't promote what the company promotes, you have an issue. If you are selective with the product you use and sell and promote, you have an issue. If you do too much strategy because you're trying to beat the comp plan instead of following the basics, you have an issue. And then from there on, everything will go wrong. You're going to have the wrong duplication in your team culture. Your team will follow your lead, and then they'll start their own wrong duplication based on preferences. It will limit choices of your organization. So we're going to start on number 4 next week. I just want to have the pleasure of raising LD3 Muhammad Jama, and maybe he can give us a word or two, either on number 4, or I can go backwards one slide, brother, and you can comment on the last topic, as you wish. Muhammad Jama, LD3, are you with us?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ronen. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, every single one of you. I think everything is already been said, everything by other leaders, and I learned a lot today. I thank every single one of you for being on this call, and I can't really thank how much I learned today. Being very brief, being on the call, not really that long. I want to take my time also to congratulate Sister Evra for her remarkable achievements. And brother, carry on. I came late, so I don't want to waste your time. So yeah, everything is great, and I love it. Everything you do. Thank you.
Brother, can I ask you to maybe be able to commit for next week when we'll start with number 4? Can you help me to comment on that one next week? Because I would like to start with that one. I
Absolutely.
know that you have been in the industry for a long time, and I know you've seen many people go through this mistake. You shared it with me, and I want people to hear from you and enjoy some of your great leadership. Would you do that next Thursday?
Definitely.
I've just got a commitment.
I promise. Yeah.
This is recorded. Thank you very, very
much. I promise.
For your help. Thank you. So, because we're running out of time, everybody, I will stop sharing. I will stop our recording. And